Hey guys, it's Carla. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm painting a picture of Jesus washing the disciples' feet before his crucifixion. This is fairly easy, and I've already painted the background with a raw sienna, and I've sketched on my outline. Now, if you want the outline, just look in the description below to my Facebook page. There's a link to my Facebook page, and you can, I've got them all posted on there, so you can print them off and sketch them on your canvas or trace them on. I'm using a mop brush for this step, and you could also use like a hog bristle brush or something, just anything to tap on this white in this lighter area. And there'll be colors going on top of this, but I need it to be bright so that those colors can go on. So now I'm using yellow, and really with this background, you're just gonna have to work with it until you like it. It doesn't have to be like my background, but it does need to be brighter in the middle, in the center of the canvas, so that everything shows up good and it draws the eye to the focal point. You could even change up the colors on this, but I really like these colors. But just know that this background is not written in stone. It's just whatever colors you like, but I mean, you could use blues and stuff, but you just want it darker around the edges, especially the corners, and then bright in the middle. I'm using a canvas panel. This is an 8x10 canvas panel. They're just easy to work with and easy to find, but you could do it on other surfaces too, like wood or watercolor paper or something like that. But I'm still using my mop brush, and I'm just kind of, at this point, just kind of scrubbing in that color, that darker color around the edges. Now these canvases, you can fasten a string to the back of them and hang them, or you can put them in an 8x10 frame, or you can just stand them against something because they're very rigid. And I just use very cheap brushes. This is a flat brush, just a synthetic flat brush. And I use cheap paint. I use craft paint. If you're trying to create a real work of art, I know that you would need to use better paint, but if you're just doing this to have decor for your house, then craft paint is perfectly fine. And I know it seems like this is maybe too dark, this the brown on the foot, but there's two things you got to remember there. One is that we will be putting highlights on top of it. The other is that the light is coming from behind, so these are almost silhouetted. So I mean, we don't want them to be just black, but they would be, with the light behind them, they would be very dark. So I'm just leaving this little section here where the water is pulled up in his hand. And just like the background, you can kind of just work with the skin colors and until you get what you want. And with the robes, you can change the colors there, so you have a lot of freedom with this, but the main thing is to keep the darks where the darks go and the lights where the lights go. So that light color I just put on is just kind of a base color for the robes, and then now I'm brushing in some darker color for the just to give it dimension. Like you want to separate right there, that's the inside of the sleeve, and then you want to separate these two sleeves. And then put some dimension over here, some shadow. Once you've got this outline on there, it's really easy. Hands and feet are hard to paint, hard to draw. But with the outline, it makes it really easy. And this would make a good painting for any time of the year. Obviously for Easter, it's even more appropriate because he did go around and wash the disciples' feet at the Last Supper. So it kind of makes sense for it to be an Easter painting. Okay, so now I'm using a liner brush to put that backlighting around around the hands and the foot, because the light is coming from behind, so it would be almost outlining everything in front of it. Just look at your reference photo and see where the backlighting would be. The reference photo too is on my Facebook page, so you can go on there and print that off and the outline if you want. So now I'm starting on the water. And just with a shaky hand, just kind of drag this white down to make the water stream. Now when the water hits the foot, it's going to kind of maybe go in a different angle with the shape of the foot, or You know, it's not all going to be just straight streams. So make sure that you give it some interest. And like right down here, it might be dripping. Maybe it's not a steady stream. I'm putting it a little bit thicker here just to indicate that it's kind of pulled up on the foot. And you may just have to walk away every now and then and come back and see what it needs. You get a better perspective on it that way. And maybe just do a little bit at a time and do it that way so that you get a better look at it. Okay, now I'm working on the skin tone again. So I mixed up some yellow and orange. And if that's not what you need, you might need more yellow. You might need more brown, whatever. Just get the skin tone you want. And nobody really knows what his skin tone was anyway, so. A lot of this orange look is, in my mind, is from the light that's shining around it. Guys, if y'all are liking my content, please subscribe to my channel and give my videos a thumbs up if you don't mind. That really helps my channel out. And if you have anything that you want me to paint, leave it in the comments and I'll work on it. Sometimes I don't know really what people want to see, so I just have to guess at it. So your comments really do mean a lot to me. Now I'm just putting in a little bit of light purple, and that was just personal preference. I just wanted to put a little bit of that cooler color in there. Okay, now I'm working on the dimension in the hands of the shadows and highlights and everything that makes it look three-dimensional. Okay, now I've decided that I want the sky a little brighter, so I'm putting in some white so that I can brighten it up some. White just allows you to put in other colors without them getting dirty. So if you're going to come back with other colors, it's a good idea to put white on first, especially if you're working on a darker background than what you're about to put on. Now I've watered down some brown right here, and I'm just very loosely just scrubbing this in around the outer edges and corners. Again, personal preference. I like for my corners, the corners especially, to be darker, but even the outer edges, it just kind of brings your eye more toward the center of the painting where you want it. Now this is a hog bristle brush that I'm using right here, just kind of scrub in just a few little white patches. I'm just using the side of the brush, the flat part of the brush, to scrub that in. Now that hand is dry, I'm gonna put a little bit lighter highlight on it. You want to go gradual on it because you don't want anything too stark and bold. So just each time you do it, just kind of lighten it a little bit if you feel like it needs lighter. So that's it, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this and give it a try. Again, thanks for watching, and God bless you, and I hope to see you next time.